Alrighty, Shabbat Shalom, Miss Bakar. This is Maury Medad Yahoo. Want to say Shabbat Shalom. I know I'm burning that midnight oil. I just thought I'd jump on real quick. I had something for you. I got quite a few things, and most of us are probably in the bed, but that's fine. What I want to, just the prophetic voice, let Yahweh speak to you. Just wanted to share some things with you some insight that I was given earlier on this week. I wanted to make sure that I go ahead and relay that to you so that you can stay in right standing with the Father. So I want to go over just something that I think will help those that are seeking out counsel. Because what happens when we seek out counsel, we don't realize sometimes the weight of what you're being told carries. So I want to take you to Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 8, starting at verse 8. Because I want you to take the word of Elohim and this walk and the counsel that you receive. I want you to take it with a sincerity. I want there to be a seriousness about what you receive. So let's look here. When any matter arises which is too hard for you to judge, between blood and blood, between plea and plea, or between stroke and stroke, matters of strife within your gates. Now notice it says matters of strife within your gates. Then you shall rise and go to the place which Yahweh, your Elohim, chooses, and shall come to the priests, the Lěwites, and to the judge who is in those days, and shall inquire. So now keep in mind, a lot of times people, we don't have any priests. But when you go to the Morim, or the Mores, or the teachers, they're actually acting in the capacity of a judge, because they're hearing your cause or what's going on in your situation, and then they're going to give you the right ruling from the Torah. Okay, now let's keep going. And they shall declare to you the word of right ruling, and you shall do according to the word which they declare to you from that place which Yahuwah chooses. And you shall guard to do according to all that they instruct you. Now, let me ask you, how many people have received counsel? And then they did not follow the instructions. Now, I'm speaking to you prophetically, because you might not realize why things are going on in your life, why things are happening the way they happen. I want you to look back and see that you receive any counsel that you did not take heed to, that you shrugged it off, that you just disregarded. But here, you see that the word of Elohim places an emphasis on you keeping that word, because it is serious. You went to get the right ruling, and they're supposed to give you what the word of Elohim says in your situation. And you see it's reiterated. Look at verse 10, verse 11. Then it talks about in verse 12. Well, let's make sure we go back to 11. Do according to the Torah in which they teach you, according to the right ruling, which they say to you. You do not turn to the right or to the left from the word which they declare to you. And the man who acts arrogantly, so as not to listen to the priest who stands to serve there before Yahweh your Elohim, or to the judge, that man shall die. So you shall purge the evil from Israel, and let all the people hear and fear, and no longer do arrogantly. So I want you to make sure that you don't fall in the case where you're dying a slow death because you didn't like the decision that the judge gave you. So you decided he instructed you what you needed to do. And it could be a wide range depending on your situation. But you decided that you're going to do what you want to do in spite of what they told you. Now, have I ran into quite a few of these? Yes, I have. And of course, it always comes back through the grapevine later on what the person did after you give them instruction. But I am standing, giving you fair warning, because we're entering into a season where there's going to be a lot of confusion. There's going to be a lot of upheaval. There's going to be a lot of wickedness going on, even amongst our own. And we've got to be able to take the instructions that are given to us and execute it, and not just throw it to the side. Now, this is the word of Elohim. This is what he declared. This is not something I just pulled out the thin air. This is what the Father has commanded. This is what he has instructed. Now, if you regard his word, then you shall follow what you are given. So, I'm here to help. That's what I'm here to do. But one thing about it, when people are hard-headed, you can't help them. They got to continue to bump their head until they get a soft spot. And then they'll say, ow. And then they'll find they might listen. So take heed. Know that open rebuke is better than secret love. Now, I don't have any particular person or persons that I'm talking about. I was just given this the other day, and so I said, I would come out and I would speak on it, because someone needs to hear this, because it's real easy to get counsel, and because it's not exactly what you wanted, then you do something else. I just see it happening all the time. But we don't want this to happen to you. We want you to prosper. We want the Father to bless you intensely. We want you to execute his will. I'm telling you, I see for those that are obedient, he's going to open that treasure trove for you. Then let me say this as a word of caution to those that are out there. Remember, what you do in the dark will come to the light. He's pulling back and exposing to save people from themselves. So listen to what he's saying. Follow his instructions and watch him prosper you. All right, Miss Bakar, we're going to have, this is the prophetic voice. We have a great lesson coming up tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. And I do have some other prophetic voices that I'm going to release probably sometime next week. Man, it's some of the stuff that's coming out is going to just rattle your mind. And we got to be prepared because there are going to be many agendas coming our way. And we just need to be ready and in place and prayed up. All right, Miss Bakar. I appreciate those that joined in. We love you, and we will see you tomorrow. Shabbat shalom. Make sure you have a great night. Keep your moray in prayer. I will keep you all in prayer. And make sure that righteousness is at the forefront of everything that you do. Shabbat shalom, Miss Bakar.